Alright, now I'm going to give you a very basic elevator. Okay. Now there's many ways to do this, but I'm going to keep it simple. The thing about Unreal is you can fall about 20 or 38,000 stories and still be okay. So what I'm going to do is make the elevator be on the very, very first floor. Okay. So if I fall in here, I have a way to get out. Now, let's start by looking at this geometry. This is the door, and it's just stretched and placed on the floor. So that's this door right here, the right-hand side door. Okay. Now, I expect you to make a very better elevator than what I have right here. The fact is, I'm just showing you the animation and how to trigger it. Okay. So it's your job to produce an elevator. Now, let's look at this. This elevator can go all the way through all the levels, all the way to the top. Okay, so that's movement, right? Let's look at Kismet. Just like the door animation, we start out by right-clicking and go Add a new Manatee. Now, if you double-click that, it'll bring up the Manatee editor. So I'm going to replace that and put this over on the other screen. I have the elevator highlighted, and I right click and I add an empty group. I can name this elevator. Then I want to right click and add a new movement track. Now this track's going to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to stretch this out to about 5 seconds. Now, I wouldn't make the elevator move right away, because if you jump on it, you won't have time to jump on it. So I'm going to put maybe a 1 second delay or something like that before it actually starts. So I'll key this event. Then, in 2 seconds, it will go to the top. I'm going to key that. It's going to hang at the top for relatively a couple seconds. Key it again, and then it's going to come down. And key that. Okay, let's play that. Let's scrub across. And the thing is, with this window right here, it doesn't play real time. So let's look at the other window. And you can see, yes, in fact, it is moving up. There it is. And now it's coming back down. Good. Well, what's going to trigger it? Well, here's where your imagination comes into play, because you have to build some kind of little platform here or something, that a switch. For me, I'm just going to add an actor, add a trigger. Now your switch could have this next to it, so when the player touches it, it starts the event. For me, I'm going to put it right here. And for right now, I'm going to make this trigger display not hidden. That way I know where it's at. Again, yours is going to have a piece of geometry here that triggers the event. So this is going to be something like maybe a little interface or something floating in this area. It could be on the wall, and then the player has to run back over. Make it hard for them to get on the elevator. But just remember, this is a basement, so if there's 15 people all trapped in the basement, it's going to become a kill room. Alright, so there's the trigger. Its hidden attribute is there. Okay, so let's add that trigger to my Kismet. Right click, add new event, touch. Okay, so here we go. When I touched, it plays. Easy as that. Oh, is it now? So don't forget, these triggers are one-time events. So in order to make them all-time events, I have to use the max trigger count of 0. Let's play this and see what happens. Okay, here's my elevator. I trigger it, I can get on it, and it brings me back down. Ooh, pretty slick. Don't forget a few things. My actual elevator has the collide block all on. Watch what happens in Editor when I try to play it again. Let's say I go up, come back down. Can I go back up? Fail. Okay, why? Well, in Kismet, you have to state something. Under Matinee, the properties of Matinee, I have to use a property called rewind on play, because it doesn't know that it can play again or where to start. Unlike the door had an untouched event with a reverse, so it knew where to rewind. This one does not. Let's try that again. Okay, again, let's go up in the air. Let's come back down. Okay, good. How about triggering that again? Back up in the air, coming back down. Good. Yeah, again, you can put this trigger anywhere. You can put it on the wall with a switch. If I double click this and bring up the properties in Kismet actually, so let me look for my Kismet window. Notice there's a re-trigger delay, so I could have it triggered longer, or in Matinee I could make it physically longer here. So I could add more timeline if I wanted to. Do that by wheeling out, and then I can move this stuff down a little further, and I could drag my keys down a little further. Holding control moves keys. And what we want is the event between here and here to be longer for that to work. Again, I would put a switch on the wall or something that enables the player to know that there is an elevator script or a switch there. There we go. And I can bring it back down. If I need to get back on the elevator, I can quickly go like that. Yep. Takes a little bit of skill, but that's what you want. Alright, so that is elevators in a nutshell. Enjoy, and please move on to the next video.